All right, everyone. So I want to talk to you guys about Camille Paglia. She is a figure that is very much so favored by the right, very popular in right-wing circles, and she is admired because she is against feminism and she's against the SJWs, and she is, at the forefront warning the world about the crumbling of Western civilization and how the left is undermining Western civ. Well, I did some research on her today. Here she is. This is her. She is here talking with Jordan Peterson. And people like her because she's against the transgender movement. And she talks about how the transgender movement and feminism are undermining Western civilization. Well, here is her Wikipedia page. And I am just amazed that so many people admire this woman and they love her and they praise her and all this stuff. Well, check this out. Though she has not transitioned, Paglia identifies as transgender. She reports having gender dysphoria since childhood and says that never once in my life have I felt female. She says that she was donning flamboyant male costumes from early childhood on. So she wants to be a man. She identifies as a man, and she identifies herself as transgender. She follows the transgender ideology. And people are looking up to this woman as some kind of defender for Western civilization, and they praise her because she is warning the world about the crumbling of Western civilization, but she is a part of the problem. She's a part of the problem. And this is what I cannot stand about the conservative or right-wing movement. They sit there and they will revere people like this, and they'll say, oh, this person is a hero. People like Paglia is a hero, etc., etc. And yet you look at this woman, and she is part of the very mental illness that she claims to be against. And you have millions of people watching this person, and they're praising her, and they're like, oh yes, she's amazing. And all you gotta do is look up her Wikipedia page to find out that she's crazy, that she's absolutely nuts, and she's sick in the head, she's mentally ill. And millions of people follow her. Why? Because those people are also mentally ill. Those people are also crazy. I just don't get it. It's like it's like people saying, we're against Islamic terrorists. Okay, great. We're against jihadism and Islamic fundamentalism. Okay, great. And so we're going to listen to this person who identifies as a jihadist. That's how crazy this is. It's like saying, yes, we're following this Islamic fundamentalist because this Islamic fundamentalist is against ISIS. But wait a second, ISIS is full of Islamic fundamentalists, and yet you're following an Islamic fundamentalist to go against Islamic fundamentalism. How the hell does that make any sense? This is just as crazy. We're against the transgender stuff, but we're going to follow someone who is transgender. And it gets worse, everyone. It gets worse. Check this out. Check this out. Child sexuality. In 1993, Paglia signed a manifesto supporting NAMBLA, a pederasty and pedophilia advocacy organization. In 1994, Paglia supported lowering the legal age of consent to 14. She noted in a 1995 interview with pro-pedophile activist Bill Andriette, quote, I fail to see what is wrong with erotic fondling with any age. In a 1997 Salon column, Paglia expressed the view that male pedophilia correlates with the heights of civilization, stating, quote, I have repeatedly protested the lynch mob hysteria that dogs the issue of man-boy love. In Sexual Personae, and this is her book, this is her probably the biggest book that she wrote, or one of her more famous works. She says, in Sexual Personae, I argued that male pedophilia is intricately intertwined with cardinal moments of Western civilization. So when this lunatic is talking about Western civilization, she has in her sick mind pedophilia, pederasty, and all this sick stuff. She is mentally ill. She's nuts. And yet this video, she's talking to Jordan Peterson. Millions of people have watched it. Millions. And they're like, yeah, she's defending Western Civ, yet she identifies as being a part of this transgender hysteria, and she has supported pedophilia. And if you look at her work, plus also if you look at Jordan Peterson's website, where it mentions Paglia, it talks about this book, Sexual Personae. So let's look at this book. Here it is. This is Google Books here, and look what it says here. Look at what it says here. This is her idea of the apex of Western civilization. The rosy English or Austrian choir boy, disciplined, reserved, and heart-stoppingly beautiful, is a symbol of spiritual and sexual illumination, fused in the idealizing Greek manner. We see the same thing in Botticelli's exquisite long-haired boy angels. These days, especially in America, boy love is not only scandalous and criminal, but somehow in bad taste. On the evening news, one sees handcuffed teachers, priests, or Boy Scout leaders hustled into police vans. Therapists call them maladjusted, emotionally immature, but beauty has its own laws, inconsistent with Christian morality. So she's against Christian morality because Christianity condemns pedophilia. And yet people who are conservative, people who claim that, they're against feminism and all this stuff, they're following this lunatic. As a woman, she goes on to say, as a woman, I feel free to protest that men today are pilloried for something that was rational and honorable in Greece at the height of civilization. There you go. And this is one of Jordan Peterson's allies, one of Jordan Peterson's comrades. Show me who your friends are, and I'll show you who you are. It's like you have millions of people following this person, and the ass kissery is unbelievable. Look at this ass kissery. Check this out. I can't believe I just discovered this interview, and it's from 5 years ago. This needs to be shown at universities. This discussion is so essential. This is easily one of the best conversations from two unique, true patriots of academia talking about postmodernism. It's one of my favorite episodes Peterson has ever done, and I truly admire Paglia for her abundance of knowledge in art and economics. Wow, I could listen to this all day. It's not only interesting, but it's extremely cathartic to hear people speaking the truth and making sense in a world that seems to have turned its back on reality. Yep, and this person has pushed for pedophilia, and this person identifies as transgender, but yet we're going to look to this person for truth, even though this person has no objective truth. This person has no boundaries for objective truth. Such a profound conversation, one of the most brilliant and forthright women I have ever come across. These kinds of conversations make me feel grateful for having technology that allows me to connect and learn from great minds worldwide. Camille, tell us how you really feel. My gosh, she has so much energy. Her passion is wonderful. Her observations are correct. I've seen how bureaucrats have taken over institutions and organizations. They don't know how to actually do anything other than attend endless meetings. They hate people who really know how to do things and will exclude us until things are falling apart, and they need one of us to come in and put the entity back together. It began, it progressed, and it ended in smiles and laughter. The essence of conversation, talking and listening in turn, respect when learning something new, and delight in sharing similarities of thought. The best conversation I've had the privilege to witness. I'm still chuckling with delight. Thank you so much, dear people. Who else, once you found JBP, have watched hours and hours of debate and lecture, or listened to it in the background while you do something? I have. I could listen for days. Really has changed the way I look at things. All for free. Thanks, Jordan. You are gifted. This is magical. I wish I could experience this level of communication with another human being. I am learning so much from this one conversation, and it's 5 years old. The first 13 minutes is quite possibly the best eloquent rant I've ever seen. Beautiful timing, and delivered with gut-twisting passion. The look on Jordan's face was a picture in itself. Now for the rest of the video, I don't think I will be disappointed. To see Jordan finally not have to fight his way through an interview, but have an enjoyable and fascinating conversation is so wonderful. If you look at his face, it is relaxed and smiling. God bless this man. The Ask history is absolutely profound, guys. It's absolutely profound. It's just sick. It's so sick. And I think I've come to the conclusion that there really is no conservative movement in the Western world, in America, because every so-called backlash against the left is full of sickos like this. I see Jordan Peterson, I see Paglia. Years ago, it was Milo. Michael Voris, the big Catholic conservative speaker, he's an ally with Milo. I confronted Voris about it, and I said, hey, Voris, don't you know that Milo has pushed for pedophilia? And Voris didn't give a damn. It's just amazing. Like, and one of the reasons why I'm so fascinated with this whole phenomena is because I just love the idea of seeing the deception, because so many people see these people, they see these speakers, they see these figures, and they think, oh wow, they're geniuses. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh my goodness, all you have to do is look up the person on Wikipedia and you find the sickness. It's right there. How can people be this stupid? But they are. And they have groupthink. And they all will collectively revere these people as if they're geniuses, when the reality is that these people are demonic. They're sick. So I ask myself, why do people follow these speakers? It's because the people are also sick. Anyway, you guys just heard some theology. God bless.